Hello all and welcome to the latest Craft Mania Sunday Showcase. I've cheated a little this week, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I am currently on holiday, so I'm not here, and I filmed this video very early in the week, actually last Monday, so that we could bring you a showcase this week. We toyed with the idea of not having one, but didn't think it was fair on you. So instead we've put this one together, but bear that in mind because my samples aren't the best, but hopefully it'll give you a little idea of what you can do with today's mega bundle. Now, I have got for you a really good offer. Basically, we're going to be looking at a complete Christmas mega bundle that should retail for over £30, but this week and this week only, it's only $13.99. I say this week and this week only, I don't imagine it will last us very long. We have very, very limited stocks of it, so please don't miss out if you do want it. Let's have a little look through it, and then I'll show you some samples I've made to give you a few ideas. So we're going to start off by looking at 4 different decoupage pads. So in these you're getting quite a lot. We'll start off here with a red one to begin with. Basically how these work is, to begin with, we get 4 sheets of die cut decoupage. Now by die cut I mean they're already cut for you. You can just pop out all of the elements and then use foam pads or silicone to build them up. They also have very nice little sentiments that they've put on these that coordinate perfectly with the colours, and they've even glittered them as well. You'll see glittery elements around all of the pieces, so these really are going to look nice quality effects. They'll even give you extra bits if you do want to accentuate other areas of your card or build them up even higher than they anticipated you can do. And as I say, you are getting 2 of each of these, so value for money, these are incredible. That's even before we think of the actual offer price that we've got for you this week. One of the nice bits with them is after you've got the pictures, you've also got matching papers, and all of the pads start off giving you solid colours, which are great because some of the papers can be quite heavy, and you might want exactly the right colour to break up between the patterns. And as somebody who's done this for a long time, although you might think green is green, when you start looking for a matching piece of card to go with it, it's not always that simple. So the fact that give you them green bits to sort of coincide with it is great. It really will help you. Also, we have glittered sheets, so a bit like the actual cutouts themselves. They've really gone to town with these and sort of enamel glittered them as well. Really nice quality, and to be honest, I know these aren't 12 by 12, but if this was a 12 by 12 sheet, you'd be paying upwards of £1.50 if not more. So value for money again, really, really good. We then have another glittered sheet in this one with all the wording across it. I love this, I think that's really lovely. I love white and blue together, and especially with the snowman picture, that would be really, really beautiful. After them, we then have double-sided papers. So there's just no end to the treats you get in these. Again, you get 2 sheets of each of them. And obviously it opens up a whole new world of what we can do with them. If you wanted to do tea bag folding with them, make cones with them, iris folding, different bits like that, really does give you a different idea. Or, to be honest, if you don't like one colour, turn it over and use the other. At the very end of the book, we have 2 sheets of double-sided dot papers. Again, these are great because if you have done your Christmas cards for this year, use the dot papers and you've still got good value for money. Even the dots on their own, if you was to be buying these as 12 by 12 sheets, it'd be worth 50p each, and they're not usually double-sided. So again, value for money wise, just these alone are worth a few pounds to you, and you could use them for all year's cards and then come back to the Christmas when it gets to next season. Before we started filming this video, we were having a little chat about Christmas, and we worked out we actually started doing Christmas showcases last March. So I hate to say it, we've got 3.5 months till I'm back at it again with another set for next year. So why not get these while you can at this ridiculously cheap price and have them ready to go with whatever we launch next year. Onto the green pad now, and as you can see we have the cutest little bunny, a very little cute snowman and little robin set up in this one. Same system again, all your little die cut sentiments are here and the extras, 2 sheets of each one again. So as you can see we're now up to flicking past our 8th decoupage sheet already, and we've got more to come. Love these little round bubbles as well. They open up so many options that you could do with them. Of course, if you don't want to, you can just, if you don't want to build it all up and use it as one, why not just use that on one card and then use this as a topper on another one, and you're getting even more value for money out of them. Again, we go on to the solids, so you see just the matching colour, and then we've got the nice patterned papers in these ones again. As we go on to the glittery ones, you can see we've got really nice robins in this one. And then we've got some quite nice just backgrounds to go with it. And then of course we come to the double-sided. So this time we've got red snowflakes, with white and red on the back, and then we've got green dots at the end of this with white and green dots on the back of them. One of the things these pads really screamed out at me for, to be honest, especially at this time of year, is if you want to make cards with your grandchildren or your children, these would be great because they're really simple to use. You can keep them really basic, but if you want to, you can certainly dress them up with more techniques and bits if you want to. As we move into the modern Christmas one, this is the lilac pad, and we have again 2 sheets of die cuts of that design, and then 2 sheets of die cuts of this design. Isn't he cute? Love this one. Really like that. Again, you've got the lovely sort of wiggle cut around this one as well. So why not use them as 2 different things? You don't have to layer them up, giving you more value for money. And then we go on to the matching colours again. There's just so much in these. When I get on to showing you my samples, you may be fooled into thinking I've opened several of these pads just because of that. You'll see so many bits of paper used throughout them, especially like this one. I've got a really lovely card with this, and it looks like I've used loads of it. I promise you, I personally have only had 1 pad of each of these to make all of my samples, and I've only probably made half of what I could do with them. There really is so much in these value for money wise. You're going to be spoilt for choice, and you're going to have so much to work with. Pop the lilac pad over here, and we're on to our last pad this time. This is the blue one, and I think I've saved my favourite one for last, to be honest. I love these little cute images, and I just love the detail around the edges of them as well. They really have gone to town on these. Same setup again, so I'm sure you've guessed by now, you're going to get 4 sheets of your die cuts. Then we go into the solid colours, then we've got the patterns, and then comes the glitters. Now I love this one, I think this is just gorgeous. It just screams quality at me, and so much you could do with them, and this is lovely as well. And I love the fact you've got this in a couple of different colours throughout the pads, so again, play about with that, create different effects using them. And then these of course are a little bit more subtle if you'd more like a traditionally sort of subtle colour scheme for your snowflakes. And then to end it, we have our dots. So that completes your 4 decoupage sheets you're going to get in your mega bundle. We then have 1 stamp, and it only needs 1 stamp because it's beautiful. This is our snow stamp with our little penguin working out as the O in the middle here. You're going to get to see this coloured in on one of my samples and left really plain and simple. So if you're not into colouring, it's not the end of the world. You can still use it and get really lovely effects. So you're going to get that one in your bundle as well. And then the next items I'm going to show you, I absolutely love these. I've rambled on before in videos about how I like traditional Christmas. These are everything I could ask for and more besides. I haven't used them on my samples simply because we are so limited stock that if I used them, it was 1 less bundle we could pack for you lot to get your hands on. And I know these are going to go quick, and I don't want you to miss out on them. So I've purposely not stolen one of these, not got to play about with it, so hopefully one of you lot can instead. What we're looking at this time is a 12 by 12 pad, and here you get 36 sheets. You're going to get 12 different designs. You're going to get 3 sheets of each one. So to save you flicking through all of them with me, I've hooked out 1 of each of the designs just to give you a little glimpse at them. So on this one, for instance, we have our really nice traditional Christmas sort of decorations, which of course, why not cut them out and use them as decorations for you? Then we have our coordinating spots. Then we've got really nice sheet music. Again, if you're thinking I've done Christmas this year, but I want to start working on something different, use this and just cover up the jingle bell bits. As long as you can't read music, and I doubt it's actually readable, because I certainly wouldn't be able to because I know nothing about music, but you could cover up bits of it using flowers and pictures and that, and nobody'd know it's there. Same with the dots. Why not use that to coordinate with something else? We then have really nice wreaths. We've then got sort of a postcard style Christmas, a really nice Merry Christmas background, a beautiful holly paper, a nice red and gold snowflake set, a matching pinstripe, tartan snowflakes, which I just think are really adorable. We then have a matching tartan paper, and then lastly tartan stags or reindeers. Again, really just gorgeous set to work with. So much you could do with that one. And don't forget, I'm only showing you 1 of each sheet, but I promise you, you will actually receive 3 of each design. So value for money wise, again, you're getting an awful lot of that in there. Really, really bumper pack of papers. Now on top of that, still working in your mega bundle here, so don't forget we're still getting all of this for £14. We're also giving you a 6x6 version. Now this time you're getting 48 sheets, you get 4 of each design, and the designs are identical to what I just showed you, just on a smaller scale. And by on a smaller scale, what I actually mean by that is they've actually shrunk the design down. It doesn't mean that they're just going to give you 1/4 of a sheet like some brands do. They've actually shrunk the design down, which depending on the papers you're looking at can really work quite nicely, because if you do layer the designs on top of one another, it gives you a really classy effect, as if you've actually put a lot of effort and a lot of work into it, and it can really work for you, give you an expensive look without actually doing anything other than using 2 different size pads. So again, you're going to get that in there as well. So just to recap, that means you are getting 4 decoupage packs or pads, a snow stamp, a 12x12 paper pad and a 6x6 paper pad worth over £30 for just £13.99. So that's incredible. It works out roughly, if you want to look at it in a different light, if you was to purchase the pad, the stamp and the little pad at their proper prices, you would actually be getting all of that for free. And when you remember what we were looking through in them, there really is a lot of that for free. So however you dice it, you're getting a real bargain. Whether you've already done this year's Christmas cards and you want to think to next year's, or if you're a bit like me and running a little bit behind time, this could really help you out because they're simple to work with. I'm going to give you really nice effects quickly and easily. There is also another offer for you. Again, I haven't been allowed to use this because we have very, very, very limited stock of these, literally single digits. So if they're here in half an hour, I'll be surprised. Don't miss out on them. We are looking at washi tape this time, and not only washi tape, incredibly cheap washi tape. Here you get 6 different rolls, 6 different designs, worth over £8.97 for just £2.99. Now I predict this really will sell out quickly, so please don't miss out if you want this one. £3 makes them only 50p a roll, and for that you're getting a holly roll. These have 5 metres on, by the way, so that's quite a lot on them as well. You've then got a, oh, what have we got going on here? Hope and Joy on that one. This one's a really nice, just tartan sort of cross pattern. Again, great all year. Why not use this for Father's Day cards or men's birthday cards? It could tie in quite well for things like that. We then have a Merry Christmas one. You've got a Noel one in the red and the green going around on the cream. And then on this one, we've got Magical Christmas. Again, why not use them for helping out with your decorations and bits in home this year? They don't have to be for cards. And of course, although we keep on about Christmas just being around the corner, for us card makers, if you're a scrapbooker, these are acid free. Same with your papers we were looking at and your stamp. So why not get ahead of the game and get all of this to start your scrapbooking for next year? It's never too early to start thinking about it. And you can of course set your photos up to colour coordinate with what we've been looking at here in these sets. So don't forget you've got your 2 different sets, your £13.99 bundle and then your washi tape for just £2.99. So with that in mind, let's have a little look at what I've been doing with it to hopefully give you a few ideas. Now, as I said, I really didn't have time for this showcase, so I have made mine really, really, really simple. But I just wanted to give you a little idea of what you could do with them. So again, it might work out well for you, because if you are somebody who wants to just do a few for a craft fair, or if you do need to send the neighbours a card but don't want anything too sort of big or bold, these might be for you. Or why not make them up quickly and get them sold at work or somewhere to get you a bit of money back. So let's have a look at this one to begin with. This is from our Modern Effect pad. So we have our really cute little bear going on in the middle here. Again, this is a good way for you to see just how many layers you're getting for your money. As you can see here, you've got the original background, then your first layer, then your second layer, and then actually on the bear himself, you can see there are 3 additional layers to the top of that. And there were little extra bits as well if you wanted to add them to this as well. You've also got little details like at the bottom here, you've got the little bar and the presents to go on as well if you wish to. So there really is a lot you can do with these. Paper-wise, throughout all of the projects I'm going to show you, I've really yo-yoed through the pads just to pick what I like the look of to go with them. So the papers actually come from all 4 of the different pads, but we have of course got the holly down the bottom here on the blue background. You'll get that on the white as well if I remember rightly, but you'll certainly get it on the blue. You can see here that we've got it on the back here and on the base, and then on the next card I'm going to show you, we have it as the frame around the actual aperture on this one. Now I was a bit frugal here, as I said earlier, I've only had one of each of these pads. So I haven't opened hundreds of them to make these. So if you can see this same paper in several places, it just means I've been quite frugal in how I've used it. For instance, the frame here, with the bit I've cut out of the middle to make my frame, is the same piece I've used on the bottom of this card, just to give me more value for money. The actual cones here are of course using the double-sided papers. Again, I said earlier, if you do want to use the double-sided papers and get the most out of them, why not show a bit of both colours, and then you're really getting the optimum use from them. We then of course have our little dog and his bauble in the middle here for our centrepiece, and you've got the matching sentiment down on the corner. Again, on the inside of this one, you can see coming through the aperture, it's just one of the pieces of card, or paper I should say, from in the books, but it coordinates perfectly with the colours in the pictures and the holly. Again, it just saved me using up another sheet, so really grateful that they come in the pads. Moving on, another one that we can use the double-sided papers for is if you want to do tea bag folding. Nothing worse than doing tea bag folding, and you can see on the inside all the white paper from the back of it if you're using single-sided. Where with this you've got colour coordinating colours running all the way through it, so it just gives you a more professional and finished crisp look. The card itself is really easy, just done 2 different size tea bag folds and 2 different designs in folding to create this sort of snowflake effect. Obviously using the 2 different colour papers out of 2 different pads. And then in the background we have one of my favourites, that glittery text paper as well. Not forgetting of course the dot, that also comes in there. And I quite like the mirror board breaking up the different layers. It sort of helps hopefully tie it all together, but not make it too busy or too heavy. Moving to the back here, we have another one to show you. This time we've got, again, a little bit more of that snowflake paper you just see tea bag folded, but this time turned into cones for my rosette. And we've got one of the circle designs in the middle here. As you can see, again, lots of layers, lots of depth. This one I've built up with silicone, but of course you can use foam pads on them if you wish to. And then we've got the patterned papers with the flat paper underneath on both levels, just to tie the colours in and tone it down a bit. Another one of the sentiments off of the pads as well. Next card I'm going to show you, again, really quick and simple one, just lots of layering here. And this shows you again how you don't have to use all of the mats. This one's stopped before I've got to the last mat, so I've got a topper for another project if I want to use it. Again, lots of mirror board in here between all the different layers, but all of the papers come again from one of the pads or another. And then we'll move over here to show you a few more. So this time we're on to Father Christmas, which again shows you just how good value these are with all the different layers you're getting. And I love the little fact that they've even give you his moustache as a little add-on as well. I've again siliconed this one, but you could of course pad it if you wish to. In the background we've got another piece of that really nice blue glittery paper as well. I really did like that one, so it did sneak in quite a few of my cards. And then beside him we've got the snowman from the same pad. Again, kept really plain and simple. Another bit of that holly paper, and then a bit more of them dots behind it as well, and another one of the sentiments off of the sheets. As you can see, these really are easy cards to do. None of them took me more than a few minutes. But sometimes that's what we need when we're doing Christmas cards, especially as we're now moving through December and Christmas is just around the corner. Why not keep them simple? But this one is a little bit more complicated if you do want something a bit more challenging, a bit more special. We've gone for a twisted easel this time. Again, all of my panels have been decorated using papers from in the pads. I've just used some pearl card to break up my levels this time, and a bit of ribbon here and there and a few gems. But this time we've got the pink snowflakes behind this image. I thought that tied in quite well. And then that really nice bow paper, which of course picks up on the pinks and the sort of turquoises that are going on in the picture and in the backgrounds. Moving on, we have our stamps. I said at the beginning that we'd got a couple of different versions of our stamps. This one is a coloured in version, so I've just stamped it using black memento, and I've actually painted in all the colours using distress inks and water just to give you a different idea. But of course you could do it with pencils or pro markers or any alcohol pens, whatever it is you've got to hand that you like using, or gel pens might look quite nice too. And then all I've done is added a little bit of glitter over the top in the dots and around for the snow. Another one of our glittery background papers at the back here, and then one of the toppers from the pads as well, just tied on with some ribbon. Again, kept really plain and simple, but fun to do. I quite like painting, so I'm not necessarily good at it, but I did quite enjoy doing it. Moving on to our last card today. This one's really plain and simple. This is just our snow stamp done in gold embossing powder, and then I've used a quickie glue pen to add in a bit of snow dotted around it with white iridescent glitter, and then in the middles of the stars and on his scarf and the dots on the S, I've actually put in silver glitter just because I wanted to match in with this ribbon. I don't know if this is a ribbon you've seen before or not, but it's one of my favourites. I love this. It's only 49p a metre, so it's really cheap. I'll bring it over so you can have a little look at it. On one side we have the chevrons on gold. On the reverse of it we have the silver, and the silver also edges it down the sides. So it's just really lovely and Christmassy, and at 49p a metre, it's really cheap as well. One of the bits I quite like about it is it's quite stiff, so when you do come to build a bow with it, it actually retains its shape quite well and is quite a crisp little ribbon bow on there. As you can see, I've kept it really plain and simple to actually do my card. Just a white card and gold mirror card, just to mat and layer with a few gold gems. So again, really, really quick and easy to do. But quite a stunning stamp. I really liked that stamp. I thought it was fun and festive all at once. And of course, depending on how you colour it and what you do with it, you really can play about with how it's going to end up looking. So just to recap, we have our mega bundle deal, 4 different pads of decoupage with matching background papers, your snow stamp, then you've got your 12x12 traditional Christmas paper pad with 36 sheets, your 6x6 paper pad with 48 sheets in it, and you can have all of that for just $13.99. We then have your washi tape bundle as well, which should be £8.97, but is only $2.99. All of these offers are valid until 5 p.m. on Saturday the 16th of December. But as I said earlier on, we really do have very limited stocks, and I'll be very surprised if any of this makes it that far. As I said earlier, I'm in Holland as you're watching this. If you're watching it on the Sunday it's launched. If you do request any of the items to be held on Facebook or on our YouTube page, if you don't get an instant reply, we will get to you as soon as possible. But with me absent and Wi-Fi free-ish, I'm not too sure how quick that will be. But don't worry, if you've got in early enough, we will of course honour all of our orders in the order they arrive, so you won't miss out even if I haven't come back to you and said that you've had it held. If we've got it, it's certainly yours. With that in mind, our Pinterest, we will put all of the cards on Pinterest. So if you do want to pop on there and pin them, you can do. But just be warned, they won't be there on the Sunday when you're watching this. They will probably appear more Wednesday or Thursday in the week. But I haven't forgot. I will do it when I get back. I promise. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it and you're watching us on YouTube and you're a YouTube member, we would love it if you would join in and subscribe to our channel. We currently have over 200 of you subscribed, which is just amazing. And we know you're watching us from all over the world, which is even more adorable. So thank you for watching. If you're on our Facebook page, then please give us a like. And of course, on whatever medium you're watching this, please don't forget to share. If you would like any of the products you've seen today held for you, then please post on our Facebook or YouTube with a store you'd wish to collect from, and we will have it held for you. If you'd like to order it online, we of course have our own website. You can get the link to that in the description above, and you can order this direct to be sent to you. Postage is £2.75 for UK parcels on all orders under £35. If you do spend above £35, and there's loads of things on there that you can add to this collection to bump you up there, you will receive free UK P&P. We do also send internationally. If you check out the frequently asked questions page on the website, you can read how that works, but we will send these items anywhere in the world. Thank you so much for watching today. I'll see you again next Sunday with another new product for our next Sunday showcase. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.